Hello and welcome to Zulf Talks Photography. I cover news and reviews on this channel. I give you lots of information about different ways of taking photos. Today, using an old DSLR camera on a professional shoot. Can you do it? Should you do it? What's the pros? What's the cons? Why wouldn't you do it? Here, I'm going to answer the questions. So I'll start by giving you a bit of background. So I'll show you some of the photos I've taken right now. So professional shoots. When we're talking professional shoots, there's different levels of professional shoots. Is it a product shoot? Is it a fashion show? Is it an event? Will other photographers be there? All of those are different types of things you want to think about, because if you're using an old camera at an event and getting photographs which are equal to, if not better than, the other photographers there, that proves that you can get good photos with old cameras. 500D. I took 226 photos over this period, probably 2 years, because that was a secondary body, a backup body. The main body at the time was another camera, a 550D, a 12-year-old camera at this point, and a 14-year-old camera. So they were old cameras. I used them. I got photos. Photos were printed in magazines. Different types of shots were taken in low light and high light. Well, highlight's not really a thing, is it? In low light and good light. So when you're thinking about old DSLR cameras and can you use them professionally, my answer is going to be yes. If you're confident in your skill and you know what you can do with a camera, regardless of if it's a new camera or an old camera, you can deliver to the specification that someone needs. It doesn't matter if the camera gear is old. At the end of the day, the client will look at your camera and judge you. But if your portfolio proves that you've got loads of shoots, you've worked with lots of clients, and you're delivering real photos, products, website updates, social media updates, wherever they're being used, if you're delivering, then they can't question your gear. So here is a number of photos. Let's look at the 550D for another example. They're mainly fashion portraits here, but they were all used and images that can be. There's nothing wrong with that camera there. That's a raw image out of the camera. Once it is processed, there's a whole new level of editing that goes into it. So I have a team of retouchers. If you've checked out my photography live show, you'll see we actually provide images where people enhance the photo. So there's an element of afterwork that can go into different shots depending on where they're used. So if this photo was to be used in a magazine shoot, for example, and they wanted to be printed, then there could be extra detail that could be added into the photo because the raw file has everything there which you can adjust. So old cameras should not stop you. Using a DSLR in a professional environment should not stop you. If you're delivering and you have good quality images which are proving that they're giving you the quality you want, then there's no reason you need to change anything. You can pick up a nice used camera. You can pick up professional glass, which more or less this is here. So this is a 5D Mark II camera with the 24-70 lens, and even the lens is the first version in this lineup of lenses. There's been additional lenses that have come out, so you don't need to worry about it. If you're questioning your abilities, if you're new to photography, you're trying to show that your lens is what is the main key, then it's not really you need to worry about. What you want to be thinking about is going to be, what can you deliver? And if you're delivering regular quality shoots, there's nothing to worry about. Let me get you up a few more examples. I think if I pick a lens, let's do a 100mm macro lens, and let's do a couple of shots that I can show you. 500D, 550D. Let's do the 5D Mark II because that's one of the newer cameras, and let's see what the difference is. Okay, so let me show you this quickly. Okay, so that is a test shot. Let me zoom out. Now that was taken in low light. There was actually no light. That's chairs. So that's a good image to be used in blogs or articles. So when you're there in professional shoots, make sure you don't waste the opportunity of taking additional shots that you can use later on. Now let's have a quick look at some of the test shots. So that's some test shots of the audience, just to give an idea of what can be achieved. Let's get something else up here. Okay, that one wasn't the best shot. It's normally the first few shots to come out, but you can see with the old camera, that is a worthy shot to be used on social media or websites if you crop it in the right way. Better ones would be, let's get you a professional one of the main ones that were good ones. Let's see. So okay, that was a good one. It's like a bit more lighting kind of inspired, and that was used in an article online where they were showing the difference in light and dark jewelry. So that was a good option. Here's a better one actually. There's a portrait, and you can see that slight difference there, and that's a straight on look. So that's an old lens. His eyes are perfectly sharp. There's nothing to worry about. So you want to be able to use an old camera. We've got a whole specific playlist set up for you to check that out, so you can actually see what can be done with different types of cameras, especially old cameras and budget cameras. So I'll see you in one of these videos.